While your favorite NASCAR drivers may hog the spotlight, their wives and girlfriends are MVPs in their own right. These fabulous ladies juggle cheering from pit row with living their best lives, all while looking effortlessly glamorous. 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney has amassed more than 20 wins in various NASCAR series throughout his career. Ryan began dating his now wife, Gianna Blaney, sometime before July 2020, which is when they made it Instagram official. They first met in Las Vegas in 2018, but it's unclear how soon after they started dating. Before they got together, Tulio studied business at Florida Atlantic University after receiving an associate's degree in business administration and management from Palm Beach State College. She worked at Hooters during this time to pay the bills, and that opened doors to modeling. Tulio was featured in the company's 2019 and 2020 calendars and in several commercials. She went on to win Miss Hooters International 2021.
Showing everyone that we are more than just a restaurant and how family-friendly we are and how much we give back.
Ryan and Gianna married in December 2024, 1 year to the day after he popped the question. AJ the Dinger Allmendinger drove for Team Red Bull and went on to race for several sponsors, amassing 3 NASCAR Cup Series wins. According to Motorsport, he has since diversified, working as a broadcaster for NBC, and during a break from driving, he worked as a color commentator and analyst before returning to racing full-time. Allmendinger and his wife Tara began dating in 2015 and tied the knot in 2019. Their first child was born in September 2023, and the couple is often seen in public as Tara cheers on her husband. Tara is a pageant veteran, having won the Mrs. North Carolina pageant, and she continues to support the organization. Tara earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in architecture from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. She's worked as an aquatic and architectural design consultant in the years since. These days, Tara works as the president of Glory Inc. and advocates for clean water management programs. Denny Hamlin is well known to NASCAR fans. He's achieved more than 50 NASCAR Cup Series victories since he began driving in NASCAR in the 2004 season. Hamlin's success on the track has made him an exceptional driver.
You know I beat your favorite driver again, right?
Jordan Fish, his equally impressive girlfriend, completed her bachelor's degree in communications and was a member of the Lady Cats, the official dance team of the Charlotte Bobcats. When she stopped dancing, Fish went on to launch a handbag brand, Custom Clutch. She reportedly first met Hamlin at a Bobcats game in 2007. They eventually began dating soon after Hamlin sponsored Fish in the Miss South Carolina USA pageant. They dated up to 2021 and broke up, but within 2 years, they'd gotten back together. The couple has 2 daughters together. After well over a decade of dating, Hamlin asked Fish to marry him. They made it official on Instagram with a post on January 1st, 2024, with the caption, "Rings, DH0, Jordan 1. Austin Dillon took home the Rookie of the Year awards in both the NASCAR Camping World Truck and NASCAR Nationwide Series prior to becoming their champion, and he won the 2018 Daytona 500, just one of his many impressive wins and accolades. Dillon first met his future wife, Whitney Dillon, in 2015, and they were engaged within a year.
There's so much more to NASCAR than what meets the eye.
They tied the knot in 2017 and began expanding the family in 2020. A former NFL cheerleader, Whitney previously worked as an influencer, boasting over 200,000 followers on Instagram. But in early 2025, Whitney got off social media, noting a lack of compassion for humanity as a primary reason. According to Essentially Sports, she posted a final Insta story that said, "I've always loved Instagram. It was so much fun to post my life. I've made friends, a career, and built one heck of a community. But the lack of compassion for humanity, abuse, and evil is beyond, so I've decided to delete my account. It's been one heck of a ride. I love you all. God bless." Kyle Larson has racked up nearly 30 NASCAR Cup Series wins and an additional 19 in his other NASCAR series. He's also been successful in love, having married Katelyn Larson in 2018. Katelyn is the sister of Brad Sweet, a NASCAR driver, so you can guess how she met Kyle. It's unclear exactly when they began dating, but their first of 3 children was born in 2014, meaning they've been together for over a decade. Katelyn is an athlete herself, of the equestrian variety. She also competed in a half marathon in 2019. These days, Katelyn spends much of her time supporting Kyle and caring for their children. In his inaugural year, LaJoie was named one of NASCAR Next's 2013 class of drivers to watch. He's also an analyst for NASCAR on Prime Video, a gig he started in early 2025. In 2013, on a helicopter trip to the Pocono Raceway, LaJoie met the man she'd eventually marry. Corey won the race that day, and they began dating soon after.
We dated long distance for a while she was in Manhattan, and then one thing led to another.
They married in 2018, and their family has since grown to include 3 children. Kelly spends her time working hard as a stay-at-home mom. It's safe to say she's also a full-time superfan of her husband, posting pictures of Corey with the kids all over her Instagram. Josh Berry drove into the stock car spotlight via NASCAR in the 2014 season, and he's won 5 NASCAR Xfinity Series races in the years since. Berry reportedly began dating his wife, Ginny Berry, in 2012, and by 2018, they got married. Ginny can often be seen cheering on her husband at his races, but she's not one to step out into the spotlight. The couple has 2 daughters, and while Ginny may post family photos, she's a fairly private person. Outside of her hard work as a caring mom, her Instagram bio indicates that she's a nurse. Brian Scott began racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in 2007, achieving 2 wins. He went on to race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Cup Series. Scott did something almost unheard of in 2016. He retired from NASCAR at the age of 28 before opting to come out of retirement in 2017 and back to the Xfinity Series. In his personal life, Scott spends his time with his wife since 2015, Whitney Kay Scott, and their children. Brian and Whitney have 1 son together, and they also raise a daughter from Whitney's previous relationship. Whitney is a self-described country girl and pageant veteran, having been crowned Mrs. Idaho World 2020. Whitney launched a fashion blog in 2014, sharing her favorite pieces with the world. Bubba Wallace has achieved 2 wins in the NASCAR Cup Series and competed full-time in all 3 National NASCAR Series, blazing a trail along the way.
To be a black man, to be in that NASCAR space, and to wear a shirt that says, "I can't breathe."
I have a responsibility. It's automatic that I have a responsibility.
Wallace first met his wife, Amanda Wallace, while they were in high school, but they didn't start dating until later on, and got engaged in 2021. In 2022, they got married on New Year's Eve. Amanda holds a bachelor's degree in finance and banking from Appalachian State University, and she previously worked at Bank of America as a financial analyst. These days, her focus is primarily on her artwork, which she shares on Instagram, and raising their son, who was born in late 2024. JJ Yeley started racing competitively in the 1990s and made his way to NASCAR in the 2004 season. He races in the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series. JJ and his wife, Kristen Marie Yeley, celebrated their 25th anniversary in 2024. Back in 2005, the Yeleys welcomed their only child. Kristen herself dabbles in racing, having won the Better Half Dash Race for Charity in 2014, though she's competed many times. It's unknown if Kristen works outside the home, as her Instagram bio reads, "Mom to the coolest daughter and 3 fur babies, wife to a super hot race car driver." Christopher Bell found his way to NASCAR during the 2015 season and has since gone on to race in the NASCAR Canada Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series. Throughout his racing career, Bell has amassed a dozen Cup Series wins and was the 2017 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champ.
Mom and Dad, we did it! Woo!
Christopher is married to Morgan Bell, having made it official in February 2020. They started off as friends in 2010, but eventually they formed a romantic relationship and got engaged in 2018. While she's not a racer, Morgan comes from a racing family. She co-owns Bell Kemenaw Racing with her father, and they focus on open wheel racing. According to Speed Sport, they launched the racing team in January 2023, and Christopher is also a co-owner. Morgan is often seen cheering on her husband at his many races. Many regard Kyle Busch among the greatest drivers in NASCAR history, having dominated all 3 major series throughout his career. He began driving professionally with NASCAR in 2001 and has achieved well over 200 career wins.
He got thrown into the limelight at such a young age. He was a kid growing up in the spotlight.
Busch and his wife, Samantha Busch, first met in 2007 when she went to a racing event while working as a promotional model. At the time, Samantha was studying psychology at Purdue University, and it didn't take long for them to start dating. In 2008, they let the world know they were seeing one another, and they got married on New Year's Eve 2010. The couple has 2 children. Samantha had difficulty conceiving and carrying, so they used a surrogate to have one of their kids. This experience led her to write Fighting Infertility, Finding My Inner Warrior Through Trying to Conceive, IVF, and Miscarriage. Samantha spends her time as a lifestyle blogger, posting all manner of aspects of her life, including fashion, health, and more. Harrison Burton holds the distinction of being the first driver born in the 21st century to compete and win in a NASCAR Cup Series race. Of course, that's only one of his many career wins, as he's competed in all NASCAR series. He attended the same school as future girlfriend Jenna Petty, but they didn't know each other for some time. They began officially dating in 2017, and Burton got down on his knee to ask Jenna to marry him in 2024. She accepted. Jenna is a semi-professional dancer, and she also teaches dance part-time at Dance Productions, The Remix. She received a degree in business administration from High Point University in 2024 and danced on the school's team. Her LinkedIn profile indicates that she's a brand ambassador for Joe and Jack's Dancewear. Casey Mears has raced in IndyCar and all 3 NASCAR National Series, 15 seasons of which were in the NASCAR Cup Series. While Casey retired from racing, he works as a NASCAR analyst for Fox Sports 1, so he's never too far from a racetrack. Casey began dating his wife, Trisha Lynn Mears, sometime in the early 2000s. They got married in January 2010 and have since had 2 children together. Trish wears many hats, working as a sports mom and as an influencer with over 50,000 followers on Instagram, where she posts about her family and fashion. She also maintains a lifestyle blog where she enjoys helping other women style themselves while sharing aspects of her life. On top of that, Trish is a licensed real estate agent for Launch/Compass and works in Arizona selling homes.